Right.
Who do you think has the edge, the Mavs or the Celtics?
Now, can I add one thing that I just thought of based on what we saw there? And I love Stan, who went on and on and on in the conference final about how this is the best. Stan.
Okay.
About how this is the best offensive backcourt in history of the NBA, and said it's not even close. Stan. And didn't even mention Goodrich and West, who was 68-13, who won an NBA championship. And I went to go look, averaged a combined 52 points a game, 17 assists, and shot 50% from the field. And they won 68-69. They had the best record in the NBA. And he never mentioned them. And this group hasn't won a championship yet.
Yeah.
Can you win a championship before I start saying that you are the best backcourt in the history offensively in the NBA? That's a little strong.
How about this retort? How about, can they qualify it by simply saying we're talking about talent, not resume? Because a lot of times that's what they're doing, doggy. They're just not saying it. They're surmising that you understand we're just talking about their talent ability, what we see in terms of what they're capable of based on their talent. You look at the ball handling ability of Kyrie Irving, the shot making ability inside and out, a small dude that can finish in a land of giants close to the basket the way that he does. It's incredibly uncanny. You look at a guy like Luka Doncic, he's a point guard at 6'7". 250 pounds, stronger than most. We saw Magic Johnson, but you look at Luka and what he brings to the table in terms of his shot-making ability and what have you, it's something to behold. And so, again, I get where you're coming from, and I'm not one of those people that's going to ignore history and ignore the guys because, listen, the game has evolved. But what I don't believe people appreciate about history enough is that the evolution that took place is off the back of the pioneers who showed the way. Like, if you look at Dr. J, well, if Connie Hawkins wasn't doing what he did, would Dr. J have done what he did?
Yep.
When you look at Dr. J, would Michael Jordan have ultimately come along and did what he did?
Yep.
And then after that, the Vince Carters, the Kobe Bryants of the world, and others. It's because there was a formula that was placed before you in the form of one of those individuals or a multitude of individuals, them showing you what they showed you, you were able to evolve and transcend. So I get that part about history, but that's why you can then say, okay, we can't just lean on resume. We got to look at the talent.
I agree. But to me, when you're making that comment, results have to matter.
Yeah, I agree.
And they haven't won yet.
Okay.
If they win, maybe we can put them in the Thompson, Curry, with West and Goodrich, we can put them in that category. Now, the edge in the series, listen, I think this is going to be a good NBA series, but a great NBA series has to go to 7 games.
Okay.
Good is not 6, great is 7. So I think the question you have to ask yourself, does this have 7-game written all over it? And I'm not sure it does, because I think Boston is better. I think Boston is deeper. They have the home court. Although that doesn't help them. They lose a lot of home games. But they have the home court. I'm expecting something out of Porzingis. So to make a long story short, although Doncic is the best player on the court, and I know how great Kyrie is, I understand all that, the better roster, Derek White, Holiday, Brown, Tatum, Pritchard, Porzingis, Horford, Hauser, the better roster
top to bottom.
is Boston. So I am going to, and I think, listen, Boston's sloppy. Dallas should win the game there. I'm going to say at the end of the day, and I won't be on tomorrow, so Steve doesn't have to give a prediction. I'll give it now if anybody cares.
I care.
I'll say Boston in 6.
I'm with you. I'm with you from that standpoint. I'll let the world know I'm leaning towards Dallas. I'm leaning towards Dallas in this series for a couple of reasons. Number one, I don't think Porzingis is going to be that healthy. I'm not convinced. I think that he's going to be potentially severely hampered. If he was 100%, I might feel differently about this series. But based on how his health, his questionable health, combined with a lack of depth, I don't think Boston's deep at all. I think I take that into consideration as well. And then I have to look at the stars that is Jaylen Brown and is Jason Tatum. And I think they're terrific. I think they're fantastic. I don't root against them. I got love for both of them. But Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic is something special. And especially when the moments call for them to be special. The challenge that lies before them, They just seem to answer the call. And then the last but not least, you just finished talking about the importance. Can they win first? Can they win the championship first when you compare them historically to other backcourts? Okay, well, let's not go that route. Let's just take the individual. There's one champion on the court. His name is Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
And when you look at the calm beneath the storm that he possesses and how pervasive his impact is, I'm just looking at it from that standpoint in this stage and what he brings to the table. It's something to behold, man. And I just got to wonder, you know, and then not only that.
Drew Holiday also won a title.
Well, yeah, Drew Holiday, you're absolutely right. He did win a title with Milwaukee. I can't believe I forgot that. Thank you, Molly. He won a title, but he's not Kyrie. He just isn't.
Wanna try to post at what I look like. Think I'm gonna try to wear, pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA over here,